Welcome to our presentation for our project Dashboard Development Process in Radiation Oncology. This project is focusing on data capture at the point of care and using a national aggregated view of that data to improve the patient journey and treatment outcomes for those patients. This group has a representative from each of the 3 public radiotherapy facilities in Ireland, which accounts for 70% of radiotherapy delivered nationally. This is a unique opportunity to undertake this work at a national level. The National Cancer Strategy made recommendations for radiotherapy specifically and identified the need for a clearly defined framework for patient quality and safety. The director of the NCCP subsequently called for a national programme for quality in radiation oncology, and in 2018 the National Quality Assurance Framework for Radiation Oncology was created. Part of the framework defined a minimum dataset consisting of 66 data elements. This had not been implemented and was the genesis for our project. Radiotherapy is one of the main treatment modalities used in modern cancer therapeutics. Approximately 60% of patients require radiotherapy at some point during their cancer journey. In Ireland, an average of 43,000 new cases of cancer are diagnosed each year, and it is estimated that we will see a doubling in the incidence of cancer by 2040. Radiotherapy departments are set up locally, and due to the highly technical nature of this treatment, all use Oncology Information Systems to deliver and record and verify treatments. The first part of this project, we conducted an audit in each department to identify data elements that are currently captured by these systems and that correspond to the suggested 66 data items. What we have found is that the data is captured differently on different sites, and in fact many of the elements are not being captured at all. It was also noted that a lot of this data is captured in an unstructured format, which can't be easily extracted. What is important to us is to align the standards nationally so that we are all capturing data in the same way. We also realised that national consensus would be required on data elements that needed to be captured. The next stage to the project was securing support from the key stakeholders who would evaluate the data elements and have the capacity to mandate this at a national level. We identified the NCCP and the National Radiation Oncology Working Group and organised initial engagement with them. Meetings and presentations were held where we explained the current quality of data, highlighted the national framework document, and also how these data standards would also be used as a basis for the data dictionary. This project is the first significant action to progress the recommendations in the framework. In consideration of international best practice, we completed a scoping exercise of radiation oncology minimum datasets currently in use and a literature review. This allowed us to validate the data elements to what is being captured internationally. This was an extremely important exercise as it highlighted the importance of this data and highlighted the most common data elements in use. We realised the original 66 items was quite aspirational. Decisions were made to exclude demographics, as this is already defined in the data dictionary, any unstructured data elements, as this was outside the scope of this project, and data items that are not currently recorded. This allowed us to focus on radiotherapy-specific items, and 14 core metrics were put forward for Phase 1 implementation. 14 data items were presented to the Radiation Oncology Working Group and at the National Cancer Control Programme Executive Meeting. High-level national agreement on the data items was a significant achievement and would allow the project to progress. The next step for inclusion into the data dictionary was to engage with the dataset management process. Meetings are held on a monthly basis and the dataset was presented to subject matter experts for discussion. Key factor to allow this to happen is the dataset has national approval. Dataset specification was approved and further work with the relevant SMEs is ongoing. Engagement with SNOMED CT's national lead has allowed us to align the data elements with SNOMED CT coding, the majority of which are already defined. We are in the process of finalising this work, and this data set is one of the first to align SNOMED CT with the data dictionary elements. By standardising data, the data dictionary enables conforming and comparable health information to be generated across the country, independent of the systems or organisations from which it originated. Radiation Oncology Minimum Dataset Phase 1 is now in draft and awaiting upload to the data dictionary. This is the draft version from the data dictionary, which comprises 26 data elements. Work complete for this indicate subject area as procedure, group term title defined as cancer treatment, radiotherapy for cancer, business area as an encounter, and business catalogue is the HSE National Health and Social Care Data Dictionary. Within the 26 singular terms, all have identifying and defining attributes, where the associated synonyms are SNOMED CT codes. For some elements, further definition was required in the value domain, with permissible values selected from a short list. Some of the elements are in draft, which are the 14 radiotherapy specific items, and some are published as they were taken from the defined data dictionary elements. To help us realise our goal of this project, using established frameworks as an operational toolkit gave clarity and focus with use case and realisation templates, which provided a functional description of the process required. As we worked our way through our project, it became apparent that interoperability would be a huge focus throughout the life cycle of the project. We investigated interoperability in all its layers, such as syntactic and semantic, and determined that complete interoperability is not easily achieved and will need continuous effort and adaptability by all parties. Achieving true interoperability will be the enabler for dynamically populating a nationally consistent database hosting key radiotherapy treatment metrics, allowing an up-to-date visualization of this important cancer treatment. Incorporating new technologies will allow us target information visuals like the examples shown. Real-time data visualization will enable many use cases. Making this project a reality will have direct and indirect patient benefits. Having good quality data that can be compared nationally will aid measuring cancer trends, recording activity, improving system performance, and provide underlying data to inform policy at local and national level. It will align data analytics, which will help improve patient care, patient safety, and treatment quality. We need to capture how this affects patients after they finish treatment with both tumour control or relief of pain and suffering. This will also be crucial for clinical trials and pooling data both nationally and internationally, which will allow personalised care plans to become a reality. Inclusion of the radiotherapy data elements in the data dictionary future-proofs interoperability. The radiotherapy dashboard will give national visibility, ensuring equitable access to optimal treatment, providing quality of care for all cancer patients throughout Ireland. Thank you.